IRSA has saved and transformed the lives of over 117 million people by responding to disasters, rebuilding lives, promoting sustainable economic and social development by working with local communities, regardless of race, religion, or gender. The organization was first registered as a Section 21 for non-profit company in 2004. The mission statement rather reads as follows: Together, we will inspire and enable people to respond rapidly to disasters and fight poverty through our Islamic values, expertise, and global reach. This morning, we're going to be focusing on IRSA's Give Water for Life project. And to talk more on this, I'm joined online by Mr. Abdul Aleem Gamza, who is, of course, the HOD of the Fund Development Department. Assalamu alaikum, Mr. Gamza. Welcome to the program.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. I hope that you well and the listeners of Salam Media as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, I understand that IRSA had been in the process of gathering funds for Lebanon after the catastrophic explosion in the early days of August. And we also saw some interesting online events for this particular cause. So please tell us more about this particular project.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. All praise and thanks is due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our nourisher, cherisher and sustainer. Salutations unto our beloved Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, his family, companions, and all those who follow him. And you know, it is the day of Jumu'ah, and we know that we need to send abundant salutations unto the beloved Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and may we be of those who have his intercession on the day of Qiyamah. We are speaking about Water for Life, but before we get to the Water for Life campaign, I think you asked a very pertinent question about our online event in terms of helping the emergency appeal in Lebanon. We had the Ilm quiz, which took place 2 weeks ago, and it was on a Friday, Saturday, and a Sunday. We had participants from across the country, and alhamdulillah, we were amazed by the number of participants we had. And the whole notion and the aim of that was to raise funds for Lebanon. We obviously have to thank people and companies that have sponsored Amani Art, Bar the Gym, that made some of these prizes available. Having said that, Islamic Relief was the first humanitarian organization. Islamic Relief South Africa was the first humanitarian organization to respond to the emergency appeal to Islamic Relief in Lebanon. And we've donated already 5 million rand, made possible by the generous donations of the South African community. Further to this, that was for the emergency plan. Further to this, we plan to donate another 5 million rand to assist with helping the rebuild of the economy of Lebanon. So that is where we're at in terms of the Lebanon emergency appeal. It's now a Lebanon appeal because we're now starting to help rebuild what has been shattered and destroyed through that infamous explosion.
Mr. Gamza, let's talk about IRSA's Water for Life project. I had been on IRSA's website this morning, in preparation of the interview, and was shocked to read that across the globe, a staggering 785 million people are going thirsty on a daily basis and without safe and clean water to drink. And those people risk, dehydration, disease, and even death. I mean, this is truly, truly unfortunate and heartbreaking. So please take us through IRSA's Water for Life project, what it entails, and how can people get involved and contribute towards this project.
Indeed. Firstly, please call me Abdul Aleem. I feel more comfortable with that.
I will do that.
But I think it's important that we just pause for a second and think about, you speak about the number of people that go thirsty. Out of those people, there are people, about 3.5 million people, who lose their lives because there's no clean water. 3.5 million people annually die because of not having access to clean water. I think we just need to pause there for a sec. The second area we need to pause is that out of the 3.5 million people that lose their lives, 2.2 million are children. Now, again, just imagine this. I think South Africa, we've been faced with droughts sporadically across the country, whether it was in Cape Town, in KZN, in Durban. Johannesburg has also faced water restrictions. We know what it's like when there's no water, when you can't shower. So that's just normal run of things. So I think that is the backdrop to what we need to understand as to why there is a campaign called Water for Life. Also, we must remember that the best of sadaqat to give, as said by the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he has said, the best of charity to give is that of water. And this is an opportunity for those listening on this Mubarak day of Friday, the best day of the week, as also said by the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, for the sun to rise is that of Friday, many more rewards, so make that sadaqah today. But having said that, so our campaign is that we build sustainability for communities, and Islamic Relief, as an organization, we look at the demographic, we understand the terrain, and then we implement a water system. So the water system that we look at is basically to provide clean, running water to communities, and in South Africa, mashallah, we've got an example of where some of the masajid have gone onto this project of having water supplied to them, and their water bill has been diminished by 80 to 90%. They've been able to save on cost. So it's a cost factor. And yes, I know in COVID-19, we're not allowed to take wudu, but in time to come, inshallah, we will have that opportunity again to take wudu at the masjid. So that's one of the things. So we build water systems, and it gives easy access to individuals to clean running water. And I think the important thing is clean, running, drinkable water that people can have. That is what comes out at the end. So whether it be in South Africa, whether it be elsewhere abroad, those are the systems that we work. And there are cases where we put in, wells, and we put in boreholes because there's no other alternative but that. So we must understand that we would first need to do a full assessment with regards to that. And this is an opportunity for the community to get involved. Whether you say, you know what, I can't afford to put in a water system in any town or place, it's not about putting in the water system. It's about making a contribution where a water system can be put in place so people can get water. Just to give you another example, Syria, for an example, if you go to the refugee camps, we're not able to put in a borehole, we're not able to put in a well, we're not able to put in a water system because of the problems that they have in Syria. So we have to truck water in to fill water tanks so people can have access to water. So the approach is different, but it provides water to the community, to a camp, and so forth. So I think that just sketches the example of a different approach because of the demographic and the challenges that a certain area faces. Right? So I think Mohammed, that is exactly what is that we do. And we, as Islamic Relief, we work in over 45 countries globally. And not obviously every country is in need of running water, but if we look at within Africa, there's so many countries that in Africa are in need of running water, clean running water. If you look at the Middle East, and you go to Syria, you go to Yemen, you go to Gaza for that matter, if you go further into parts of Pakistan, parts of Kashmir, and so forth, Afghanistan, that's in need of running water. These are places that Islamic Relief is working tirelessly to make sure that there are people having access to water. And we know actually water is life, because when it rains, we see, mashallah, how beautiful our ground looks. Things start looking a little bit greener, things start blossoming, things start growing. So water, it gives access to life. Without water, people are sorry to say, they face looking down the barrel of a gun, as I can say, possibly, because that is what is happening with the lack of water.
Certainly. So ISA's Water for Life project essentially will focus in parts of Africa and Middle East. Am I right?
Well, we predominantly, that is our main focus, is Africa and the Middle East. You are 100% correct.
And how can people get involved and contribute, particularly towards this Water for Life project?
Mashallah, it's a very good question, and I think the one thing that we must bear in mind, that all of us are in search of the akhirah, and to go to Jannah, inshallah. We are in search of drawing closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Here we have an opportunity for every drop of water that comes out that people are able to drink. There'll be a dua that is made on your behalf that will count on your scale of good deeds that you will see on the day of Qiyamah that we would not even know about. We would not even know about this. We would just see all these good deeds that is there. But there's an act of giving that we need to do. So The act of giving is opportunities for each and every one of us. We can go onto the website of Islamic Relief, which is www.islamic-relief.org.za, and we can make that go onto our water project, and you can make a contribution there. Alternatively, you can go into our offices, which are in Greenside in Johannesburg or in Overport in Durban. Maybe if you are in the Cape Town area, busy streaming this interview, then we are in the Lansdowne area. You go into our offices and make a contribution there. Alternatively, you can give us a call on 0800 111 898, and we will come out to you, and we'll follow, even when you visit us at the offices, or we come to you, we follow the strict rules of PPE to make sure that we safeguard you as a donor, as well as safeguard ourselves. So I think those are important things that we need to remember. And at any juncture, you know, as I said, we build in sustainability, we build in irrigation system for farmlands so that communities can be sustainable and look after themselves going forward. It's all about that, inshallah.
Inshallah. Abdul Aleem, I do thank you for your time this morning, and thank you for your service to humanity. May the Almighty take your organization from strength to strength.
Jazakallah khairan once again for the opportunity. We may dua that each and everyone remains healthy through this pandemic. We may dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts the little that we do and keep us as humble and grounded as possible, and make us of those who are in the Jannah, and look for one another when we are in Jannah and say, where is this brother, where is that brother, inshallah.
Inshallah, Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Once again, if you would like to contribute towards IRSA's Water for Life project, please visit the website on www.islamic-relief.org.za. Alternatively, you can visit them at their offices in Johannesburg, Durban, and Cape Town. And once again, as goes up saying of Prophet Muhammad, the best charity is giving water to drink.
Water is life. Donate to the Islamic Relief Water for Life campaign and give essential water